We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle, and today we've got baseball and we've got a Thursday night football game here on 9/11. And I'm just going to quickly mention it because you guys know I am from New York, so and I was living in New York during this time, but obviously I was a year old. But it definitely still impacts a lot of people. So, and I always have the never to forget. I always have something on 9/11 that I mention because it is kind of close to me. Because I mean, you live in a state and something like that happens, it's going to ripple effect. But figure I mentioned that, and that's why I had the background in the beginning. But anyways. We'll jump into some baseball. Before we do that, we'll go ahead and look at what happened yesterday. It was a profitable day for Earle Sports Bets on the site. We'll quickly pull up here. Perfect. We'll pull up what we did yesterday, which entitled, where is the place? There we go, September 10th. We lost on the Braves run line. They lost outright. We lost on the Brewers game under the total. That one finished, 9-3. Nationals were looking decent. They were up 3-0, and then garbage. Matt Chapman got one base, couldn't get over two. I did not expect Peyton Tolley to only go 2 innings, so that was a loser. Ohtani over his bases was a loser. To the winners, Josh Bell continues to go crazy. He got over his bases. Eduardo Rodriguez got over his strikeouts. Carson Seymour got under his strikeouts. Miguel Garcia over bases. Bader over bases, and Kelly strikeouts. So all my wins yesterday were player props. I had no wins on sides or totals, which is crazy to think of. But it happens sometimes. So that is definitely interesting to see. But we'll go ahead and that was the recap. We'll go and say hi to the chat and then go from there. Money Team in the YouTube chat or in TikTok chat is asking what you lean on for the Rays game. We will talk the Rays game. That'll be the first baseball game we talk about. We're going to be talking the NFL game first, and then we'll talk over that one. So stay tuned. I have not looked at the games yet, so that's kind of my deal with it. What's up, Robert? How you doing? Let's jump into a little bit of some Thursday night football. We got the Commanders and the Packers. The Packers are 3-point favorites with a total of 49. Let me pull up this, which I will say the line has gone down a little bit because I did personally make this bet last night. There was a free pick video out for it. So Money Team, I see you Commanders. I am on the Commanders today. I got them at 3.5, so I am happy with that line movement. We look at the two teams. Washington is coming off of a nice 21-6 win over the Giants. Doesn't really tell us anything about this team yet because the Giants are dookie. They're not going to be good this year. I don't believe in the Giants at all, although I was on the Giants that game, so shows what I know. On the opposite side, I was on the Packers in their first game. I expected them to win. They won by 14. They won by double digits against the Lions, which was a very impressive win on a 4 o'clock card that a lot of people were watching that game. I liked. You see the Packers. I think a lot of people are going to just be a little bit overhyped on the Packers in this one. I still think the Packers could win this game by a point or two, maybe even a game-winning field goal at the end. But I am going to be on the Commanders on Thursday Night Football. So give me the commies here. +3 and a hook to start my day. You're on the Giants is crazy. I was on the Giants. I was on the Giants +6.5. Because it was in New York, right? It was in New York. Yeah. No, it was in Washington. And I saw the 6. It went from 7.5 down to, I don't know. It was definitely a weird line movement, so that's why I jumped in on them there. There you go. Commanders by 14. You heard it here first. Warren, I hope you're right. Jameson, Williams, or Pickens? I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know. I don't really do player props a lot with NFL. I have my own fantasy league, but the thing is, I don't know the players. So I'm not going to be able to answer your questions on players. I apologize. You're asking Debo or Montgomery. I think I have Montgomery on my team, so I hope he does better. But I don't know the fantasy football like a lot of other people do. So just kind of keep that in mind. Go over to the YouTube chat. Isaac's in the house saying, "Go Washington." Yeah, I'm on Washington with you tonight. Kaprizov really turned down a deal that would make him the highest paid player in the NHL. What else does he want? Keep in mind, I think the salary cap is going to go up. So he thinks he could probably get more money later on. I have to wait till a certain dude tweets his picks out so I could. Okay, I got you. FanDuel, Boost, Redskins, and the under. Don't hate it. I like, yeah. Jalen Daniels is good. I have Jalen Daniels on my fantasy team. So I'm hoping that he has a big game tonight. Thank you for the show. I got you, Stop Geo. Yeah, he is good. Eyeing a teaser around -120 is Jets and Bucks. Dude, I like the Jets this week. I have a feeling I'm going to be on the Jets. In terms of the Buccaneers, what do the Bucks got? Houston on Monday night. I need to look at that one a little bit more. I do not know about that one yet. The Yankees got killed yesterday. They did. It's gross, but Rams moneyline, Ravens moneyline, parlayed 50% boost -110-ish. Who did the Rams got this week? 5.5 against Tennessee. I don't hate it. Over to the TikTok chat. Start Tet, Evans, or Pickens. I don't know. I really don't know. Favorite play in the NFL tonight? Yeah, tonight. By the way, Chasing Icons, I will see your comment. I was reading the YouTube comments. I will scroll through these comments. You don't have to repeat the comment. Just figure I'll let you know because I'm going to get to it. I'm on the Commanders tonight. So, who's a good survivor pick this week? I will say I was on San Fran last week for survivor. Low-key Dallas. I feel like Dallas could be a good survivor pick. The Rams. But Rams might be a team that you might want to use later on in the year. So, what's up, Stop Geo? Trade Parcels for ETN. Sure. Once again, I don't know player props. So I can't really answer your player prop questions because I don't know the players like that. I read line movements. I bet sides and totals. So, unfortunately, I'm not the right person to ask for player props in the NFL. I apologize. Let's jump over to baseball because that I can answer some questions with. But we'll start off. By the way, we did not get to the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game because it already started. I didn't bet anything in that game because by the time I got home and I started capping, the game was already starting. So, unfortunately, nothing involved with that Baltimore game. We'll start off with the Rays and the White Sox. We get Seymour taking on Smith. Seymour this year has where's his numbers? I don't have his. Oh, there they are. Finally. Oh, he's a bullpen pitcher. 15 games, 2 starts, a 3-1 record, 2.89 ERA, and 37 innings. So he is not. I mean, he's going, for 3, 5, 5, 4 innings. He doesn't really strike out. Well, he does strike out a decent chunk in those innings, but not. He's a bullpen pitcher. I'm not gonna really go crazy with him. On the opposite side, you got Shane Smith, who is looking. Where is he? 15 starts, a 3-5 record with a 3.38 ERA, 74 2/3 innings pitched, 28 earned runs, 32 walks, and 68 strikeouts. he's been solid enough for the White Sox, and I do kind of like Shane Smith as having the pitching advantage in this game over Seymour because it's a bullpen game. In terms of hitting, you got the White Sox, who are hitting better against lefties, 96 WRC plus. So they've definitely moved up from where they were. Rays against righties are good hitting, though, 105. So this one will get split down the middle. We go and we look at the line movement for this game. And, we don't get Bet Online anymore. That's annoying. I guess we'll just go to DraftKings. And the line's moving towards the White Sox. We're gonna start offer day, so I'm gonna put in my notes what I'm gonna bet because I'm not gonna go and type out every single thing because then we'd be sitting here all day. So I'm gonna start off my day with the White Sox on the money line. That's probably gonna be around a plus 110 area, especially with the way the line is moving, or the money's coming in. It's all coming in on Tampa. Line's moving towards Chicago. Give me the White Sox to start off my card in baseball. Use the cards? No. You can use the Cardinals. They're 7-point home favorites. I'm not going to talk you off of them. I'm more of a fan of the Panthers. I think the Panthers could possibly contend in that game. I have to still cap it, but I don't hate it. Yes, Panthers versus the Panthers could be a good one. Could be. Cards minus 300. Huge faves. Yes, they are. Can't believe Mariners minus 1.5 won last night. I turned the game off. Who do they face? Oh, St. Louis. Yeah, that's a good win for them. What do they do? 13. Oh, my God. A 3-run shot in the bottom of the 13th? Jesus. That's insane. Do the Rays even have anything to play for? That's a great question. Let's go look up the MLB standings for the wild card because they were somewhat in there. They're 5.5 games back. No, I don't really feel like they have anything to play for. They're 1 game under 500 now. No, they really don't have anything to play for. A survivor pool means the team wins straight up. Correct. No, it's not by spreads. You just have to win. Yep, survivor is just to win. But we're starting off our day with the Chicago White Sox. Let's head to Toronto, where the Blue Jays are hosting the Astros. Christian Javier taking on Kevin Gausman. Javier this year has pitched 5 times to a 1-2 record, a 4.43 ERA in 20 1/3 innings pitched, 10 earned runs, 12 walks, and 20 strikeouts. On the opposite side, we got Kevin Gausman, who has appeared in 28 games this year, a 9-10 record with a 3.63 ERA, 168 2/3 innings pitched, 68 earned runs, 42 walks, and 162 strikeouts. Pitching advantage, in my opinion, goes to Gausman. I like Gausman this year. He's been solid enough in that rotation. I feel like he's a guy that you can trust in the postseason. Both of them are facing righties, where Toronto has the hitting advantage, 114 WRC plus for them versus a 98 for the Astros. So you've got hitting and pitching advantage both towards the Toronto Blue Jays. We've got the line moving towards Toronto from 157 to 163. Lines moving towards the over by 3 cents. The way that the money's coming in, fine with the Blue Jays. Line movement makes sense, but not going to be something I'm going to bet. I did forget for the first 2 games. I wanted to look at some player props. Oh, it's already 1-0 Pittsburgh. Interesting. Hi, Dad. I'm doing the show. So there you go. You should know that. Let's see. Matchup. Not anything crazy with that Tampa Bay game because these are 2 still very kind of new pitchers. On the opposite side, you've got Anybody good here? Nobody on the Blue Jays. Altuve hits well against them. But other than that, not anything I really want to get involved with. So we're going to stay off the player props in this one too. So complete pass on this Blue Jays game. White Sox plus 120. There you go. Let's get it. White Sox it is today. Now, here's a team that I've been on the entire series. And it's worked out 2 out of 3 games, but the Washington Nationals and the Miami Marlins. It's a pick 'em here with a total of 8. Marlins slight 115. So not quite a pick 'em, but pretty close. Mackenzie Gore taking on Ryan Weathers. Remember when Mackenzie Gore was off to a blazing hot start and he looked really good? And he's kind of died down just a little bit. Although 27 starts and a 5-13 record, which is not good, but you play for the Nationals, so a 4.15 ERA, 147 in the 3rd innings pitched, 68 earned runs, 55 walks, 173 strikeouts. He's still been really good. I'm still giving him the pitching advantage in this game. On the opposite side, you got Ryan Weathers, who has pitched all of 5 times this year, and has not pitched since June. This will be his first time pitching since June 7th. 5 starts, 1-1 record, a 3.28 ERA, 24 2/3 innings pitched, 9 earned runs, 8 walks, and 23 strikeouts. Not anybody I really need to go after. Pitching advantage with Mackenzie Gore. We'll go to hitting advantage. Both of them are facing off against lefties. Washington, 80 WRC plus. They also strike out 25% of the time against lefties, which is 3rd in baseball, only behind the LA Angels, who strike out 26.8%, and Pittsburgh Pirates that strike out 25.7%. Miami, not better. Worse hitting, actually, 79 WRC plus. So hitting and pitching advantage is both with the Washington Nationals in this game. What's up, Fernando? And we're going to go look at the line movement, and the line movement is going towards said Nationals. And you know what we're going to end up doing again? We're going to go right back to the Nationals. We're going to go right back to the Nationals. This will be the 4th straight game that we're betting the Nationals. And they are 2-1 in those games. So we're going to hopefully get there. And no matter what, the first 2 all of them were plus money. So we're going to be profitable on this series. Give me the Nationals with Mackenzie Gore against the Marlins. Over 8. These guys play high-scoring games. Have they lately? They have been. Oh! And I wanted to add one more thing because I know I've been on him. I was on him last night. Pause. No kidding. I was on his player prop last night. I want to grab Josh Bell. Because Josh Bell, although is 0 for 3 against Weathers, I don't care. Josh Bell has been raging hot. So we're going to grab Josh Bell over, I can't type, 1.5 total bases. And we're going to ride with that. Also, did I say the Miami strikes out a lot? 21.2. So no, they don't strike out as much as I would want them to. I was going to look at Mackenzie Gore props, but no. Josh Bell over strikeouts. Josh Bell over bases, yes. I like that. They've been hot playing some high-scoring games. Easy there, Isaacs. Easy there. Speaking about high-scoring games lately, and it's been all from the Detroit Tigers side, because the Detroit Tigers are going for the sweep. They've won 12-2 and 11-1. Jesus. But the Yankees, of course, are minus 160 with a total of 8.5. Holton versus Schittler. Holton this year has pitched, I believe he's a bullpen arm. He is. He's pitched 62 times this year. That's not really sustainable. 5 starts, though. 68 and 2/3 innings pitched, 29 earned runs, 15 walks, 55 strikeouts. It's a bullpen game for him. I'm not going to go too in-depth with that. Schittler is going to end up getting the pitching advantage because when it comes to it, I'm not going to give it to the bullpen game. 10 starts, 2-3 record, 3.24 ERA, 50 innings pitched, 18 earned runs, 22 walks. He's been good. He's been good since his call up. So I'll give him that pitching advantage towards the Tigers. Sorry, towards the Yankees. Hitting advantage, you've got the Yankees facing off against a lefty, which they're number 1 in baseball at 118 WRC plus. You got the Detroit Tigers going up against a righty, which is not as good, 101 WRC plus. So hitting and pitching advantage both with the New York Yankees. We look at line movement and the line. If we go from kind of this morning, from 150 area up to the 170, so line is moving towards the Yankees. It makes sense, but the way that the Yankees have looked the last two, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm going to grab the Yankees here. I'm going to grab the Yankees run line. Just off of what we've seen the past 2 days, the way that the line's moving, I'm going with it. And then we're going to look at player props real quick. By the way, Fernando, no, I did not take anything with Gore. I did not. Let's go look at Yankee props to see if there's anything going on with them that we could be interested in. They have faced Holton barely ever. Goldschmidt's look good against them. Ben Rice. Are we going to get Ben Rice in the lineup, though? I'm going to grab Ben Rice. Ben Rice over 1.5 total bases. Nationals game, Yankee game. Ben Rice, that's plus 140. Ben Rice over his bases. And the Yankees run over 8.5. I could see it. I could see an over. 2 bullpens I don't trust. That's fair. We'll go from one New York team to the other New York team. Oh, you know what? I bet them it's 9-11. Of course, that makes sense. We've got David Peterson taking on Jesus Luzardo. We've got the Phillies at that short number of minus 120 with a total of 8.5. David Peterson has been good this year. 27 starts, a 9-5 record with a 3.72 ERA, 157 and a third innings pitched, 65 earned runs, 58 walks, and 140 strikeouts. On the opposite side, we've got Jesus Luzardo, who's pitching to a slightly above 4 ERA, 4.01 in 29 starts, a 13-6 record with 161 and 2/3 innings pitched, 72 earned runs, 56 walks, and 190 strikeouts. I'm going to give the pitching advantage to David Peterson in this one. I just think he's looked better this year than Jesus Luzardo, and Luzardo's not a guy I trust. Luckily for the Phillies, they have hitting advantage, 104 WRC plus to 100 WRC plus. So at least he's got that. The Phillies got that, so it's going to be split down the middle. We look at the line movement in this game, where it's gone from minus 150 to minus 130 for the Phillies. So the line's moving towards the Mets, which is very interesting to see. With all more of the money and everything coming in on the Phillies, we're going to take both New York teams on 9/11. Give me the Mets here. Mets money line. You can get that at plus money. Even though, yes, they're in danger of getting swept. And then can we look at some player props to see which of the Mets have hit against Jesus Luzardo, and has the Mets money to Rays game? I'm on the White Sox. But we already talked about it. Player props for that. Nick Castellanos is hitting 409 with a home run against Peterson. So that could be an interesting look. Manuel Salsa's hitting 714. So he's hitting 6 for 7 against him, which is insane. Nick Castellanos. I want Castellanos because it's 9/11. So plus 110 for Nick Castellanos over his bases. We're going to look for that. Castellanos over 1.5 total bases, and I won't talk anybody off of his home run prop. And then I was also going to look at who else is good against him on the Mets. To be fair, absolutely nobody. The best option for bases would be Jeff McNeil, but I'm not going to take that. So Mets money line and Castellanos over bases. Jesus Lizard. Any good hitters matchups versus Jesus Luzardo? If there's any of them, I would say Jeff McNeil, but not really anything that's going to shine. You mentioned his tweet. He tweeted about the game, but no pick yet. Gotcha. Let's keep on rolling. We got the Royals and the Guardians. The Guardians minus 135 with a total of 7.5. We got Kolek taking on Gavin Williams. Kolek this year has looked good. And since he's pitched for two different teams now. Since coming over to Kansas City, a 2.08 ERA in 13 innings. So he's allowed 3 earned runs in 13 innings so far since coming over to Kansas City, which is very interesting to see. So there's that. 37 earned runs, 25 walks, 56 strikeouts. So he's looked solid since coming over, and he's looked good all year. I am still going to give the pitching advantage to Gavin Williams, which everybody knows I'm a big Gavin guy. Gavin Williams this year at 3.18 ERA in 28 innings pitched, 28 games started. Sorry, a 10-5 record with a 3.17 ERA, 53 earned runs, 76 walks, and 146 strikeouts. We look at hitting advantage, which I believe both of these two teams can't hit. Both of them are against righties. Kansas City, 92 WRC plus, which, by the way, the Kansas City Royals have the lowest strikeout rate versus righties, which is very interesting, 17.4%. So do not take them to strike out. But they cannot hit. But Cleveland cannot hit even more at 88 WRC plus. Both of them bottom 5 in baseball, which could deliver for a nice under here. We'll go look at line movement, and the lines moved from 8 to 7.5. No line movement on the money line. Although the money's not really moving the way I want it to in this game, so I'm going to end up staying off this game. No props or anything in this one either. Did you say any White Sox batters just got here? I did not see any White Sox batters. I just took the White Sox today. So there you go. Castellanos home run. I can see it. I think he's on the Commanders because he was wearing wearing their jersey in this video. Damn. Royals money line. I hope not. And Packers smash. They could. Let's head to. We got 2 games left. We got the Rockies and the Padres. Padres minus 240 with a total of 8.5. Brown versus Vasquez. Brown this year has made 3 starts. None of them were good. He's allowed 13 earned runs in about 9 innings. So he has not looked great this year. Taking on Vasquez, who is going to have the pitching advantage, but that's just kind of by default. 24 starts, a 4-6 record, a 3.91 ERA, 117 and a third innings pitched, 51 earned runs, 48 walks, and 62 strikeouts. Obviously, hitting advantage towards the Padres as well, as they should, because they're against the Rockies. The line's moving towards the Padres as well, as it should. They're against the Rockies. Although the money's not coming in the way I expected it to, because 90% of the bets and 77% of the money's on the Padres. I'm not touching this game, not even close. I don't really bet Rockies games because the lines are stupid on them. So we're not going to touch a side or total for this game. Quick look at player props, but I doubt we're going to get anything that's interesting. Tovar could be interesting if he starts. Tovar should start today. He's 545, so he's batting 6 for 11 versus Vasquez. So you know what? We're going to take a Rocky prop. We're we're going to take Tovar. What's his first name? Ezekiel. Tovar. Over 1.5 total bases. Cool. Right. Appreciate you following the TikTok. I believe we're 2 followers away from 1,300. So make sure you guys are following. Padres. What about the under? I can see an under. You got the Padres run line at -102 this morning, but I don't like where the price is at. That's fair. Are they a cash cow? No, they're not. They didn't have enough money bet on them. They had enough tickets, not enough money. So, no, not a cash cow. Final game of the day. We got the Angels and the Mariners. We got, it's not a, did the line move in this one? Because I could have sworn it was 251. Oh, wait, no, I didn't update it. I didn't update this one. It is 145. It's not 250. Haha, I'm an idiot. And it is still an 8. I guess I edited that one quick. Anyways, we got the Mariners, who are -145, total of 8. Soriano and Miller. Soriano this year has been really solid for this Angels team. 29 starts, 10-10 record, a 4.07 ERA, 163 and 2/3 innings pitched, 74 runs, 73 walks, 148 strikeouts. Solid. Bryce Miller has not been good. 5.53 ERA. In 14 starts, a 4-5 record, 70 innings pitched, 43 earned runs, 29 walks, 53 strikeouts. I do think eventually Miller's going to be able to turn it around, but Soriano will get the pitching advantage in this one. Both of them get to face righties, which Seattle at 111 WRC plus is the better hitting team versus righties, considering that the Angels are hitting 94 WRC plus, which is 6th worst in baseball. So we are split down the middle for this game, and the line is moving towards the Angels. Because the line opened up at -175 for the Mariners and it's down to 145. And that's with, I'm going to be taking the Angels in this one. That's with the majority of the bets coming in on the Mariners. We're going to take Angels money line, and then we're going to go quickly look to see if there's anything we like in terms of player props. There's not really any player that's hitting particularly well. Julio Rodriguez is 6 for 12 against him, with 2 home runs. And Eugenio Suarez is 2 for 5. We'll take J-Rod. I know it goes against the Angels bet, but we're gonna take Julio Rodriguez over his bases. But just because he's looked good against them. Halos, yes. Over. I can see an over. And the Mariners, -1.5, +140. Nope, I'm on the Angels. That is everything for today. So I will say after the show's over, I do have to record Picks and Parleys video, Total Chaos with Alan. But I will be recording a bunch of college football videos and NFL videos that will go up on the site. And all of the picks for college football and for the NFL for the members only will be posted before Thursday Night Football tonight. So make sure you guys are stay tuned for that. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'll be back again tomorrow. Today is Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.